With what?
My appointment's coming tonight. She just
Okay.
wants to see what we're doing. How our meeting is run.
Um,
She's gonna be late.
yeah. I have one.
That's
You can do that for now. I
He's telling me to touch the source. Oh.
do not want.
You've been checking this out.
I was looking at that and going, boy, that doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, I just tried clicking that.
And everything looks great.
I don't know what happens. Let's try the other. There must be a reason they have them at both ends, right?
Click shares connect shared meeting and
You have to Zoom, right? You start to Zoom.
I did on that, starting to do on that thing. Limited Madison fishbowl. Plug in a button or start the app. That's the app. Does it say that there's a meeting?
there's not really.
Conservation Commission meeting. Oh, yeah. Board participants, so they're on.
What about share content? I mean, that's
Sharing.
How you doing?
sorry, I'm a little late.
That's okay.
Ah.
Um. Oh, here the looks. Oh, here the looks. Huh?
I just push the next here button.
Okay.
You also do something?
I was clicking people to, okay, no, click shares connected, share to meeting, okay. So. I'm sorry, people who hopefully can hear me.
Summer. Working.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you. We just can't see you. Can you see
Hello,
us?
I'm also here.
It's because I don't have my video on because I'm driving.
Ah,
Yeah.
Can you see me? Or hear me?
we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can't see anybody. But can
Yeah,
you,
that's all right.
if anybody who's on, anybody who's on a computer, can you see us or just hear us?
I can see and hear you.
Both.
I can
buddy.
both.
I
Yeah.
will,
But I'm not going to watch because I'm driving.
Okay, yeah, don't watch, but if I have just managed to actually upgrade Caroline and Jane,
That's
we,
it, right?
we won't do it, we won't do anything that you can see that's rude, but we can't see you, so, you're gonna have to.
That's fine.
Um, And whoever is 099509, if you raise a hand to let me know if you can hear me or if that's something, because I'm sorry, I can't see you.
Phantom.
Yeah, there's a phantom attendee. Okay, I'm gonna need that back again. And I will call the meeting to order at 7:36. Sorry for the technical delay. There were minutes, Sophia did send out minutes for May 27th and June 10th, but I didn't think to bring copies or resend them. So did anybody get a chance to look at them? So that we could,
The documents you sent?
yes.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
good.
Did anybody have any changes that they felt needed to be made to the agendas or the minutes that were submitted? Nope.
No.
Okay, then I'll take a motion to approve the minutes for May 27th and June 10th as submitted. Alex is moving. Can I have a second? Should get seconding. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Awesome, passing. Does anybody have any, as I said, I was feeling very disoriented when I was writing the agenda. So does anybody have anything that needs to be added or changed to the agenda? Okay, we'll move on. We have no public. Other than Aubrey's here, yay, liaison. So the first order of business under old business is updates on the preparation for the Strawberry Moon Festival booth and the 4th of July parade float. I've talked to Austin. We are definitely going to have space available to us in the nonprofit section, which will be the area around the circle immediately in front of the Surf Club. Setup starts at noon. It's a BYO table and canopy. I have tables. Do you have a canopy?
Sure.
Okay. Also, he's like, parking is, we can park on there, no problem, as long as we have our beach pass. But it's gonna be, tight. So I'm willing to throw anybody in my minivan that wants to meet me at the house
If I may, one does not need a beach pass on Saturday.
on Saturday.
One needs proof of residence.
Proof of residence. Okay, so if you have your license or your. No. You, her friend? She said you were coming.
Yes. We have a couple people
Yeah.
on Zoom that
Yeah.
are.
We just can't figure out how to make cameras work. If you can have I will have a table. I have all of our various handout materials. And I believe we agreed last time that we were going to concentrate on if it goes on the ground, it goes in the sound and on the rodenticide alternatives. So I need your contraption.
Right,
Um,
and I'll try to
I was wondering if I could maybe
Tomorrow.
get it to you, tomorrow or Friday, and if you.
get it to you Friday, but I'd like to work on a handout too.
Okay.
Clearer.
Okay.
What are the options besides posting?
Right. Okay. So if you do that, we can at least have a copy there, and if we get it done before noon on Friday, we could get Madison to get it loaded on the
Oh.
website. Either that or we'll give it to her for first thing Monday morning, just tell people that they will be able to go to the website
Okay,
and get
all right, I can maybe print out a few.
print out a few, yeah. Okay. So in terms of staffing, the last time we had, so you know what we're all talking about, the the Strawberry Moon Festival on Saturday. I'm going to be there for the entire time because I'll be setting up at noon and then I'm going to be working with the land trust on beach seining from 1 to 3. So we have you tentatively down. You're gonna be there for whatever. And I think we have Terry for 1 to 3.
I thought I was the leader.
Oh, no, you're the later
Yeah.
one. So, but anyway. So you're,
John and I last meeting said we could do 1 to 3.
okay. So if you might be available to join us and see how we do moves, or are you even in town?
I have a conflict.
You have a conflict. Okay,
Alex will be there when?
but Alex, he's gonna be there all day. We'd like
Alex
to,
could be on the latter portions.
Yep.
Otherwise I'll be able.
yes, well, I'll be back up there from 3 to 6 or whatever, I just have to, I'm just away from the table from 1 to 3. I'll
We
be-
also talked about it being 3 to 5, right?
Yeah,
Like we had talked.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just bring, it's gonna be sort of like the Borough Park Festival when people stop wandering by, the traffic really
Okay.
slows down, we can just break
So it's
it
a
down.
Fluid.
Yeah, it's a fluid anytime.
Okay.
But we will definitely be broken down before the start of the before 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So I think that's all we need for that. I'm going to bring one of the Everything is Connected banners, the 2 short banners, 2 tables, a couple of stakes so that we can.
Where will we have them from? Banners?
I usually
Is there anyone else who's gonna be down there from 1 to 3 in case, I don't know if people can hear me, but is there anyone else who's gonna be down there from 1 to 3 in case I am not able to
Alex.
be there that whole
Alex-
time?
Oh, Alex will be there and Amy will be there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and I'm hoping that, we'll all be friendly and, the various committees or whatever will help each other out. Yes. That's how I got sucked into the land trust. Like, okay. I want to go beach sailing.
You're gonna be a land trust?
Well, I'm going to be beach sailing and I got called to ask if I would help beach sail and I didn't realize it was for the land trust.
Beach what?
Drag a net through the water so that the kids can see all the animals.
Okay.
Seining, Seine. So it's gonna be fairly, Jane is hopefully going to have be there. For at least part of the time,
I believe I can be there after 3.
after 3, okay, so, and you're gonna bring hopefully some draft questions, we'll have some information from the dark sky people, but if you have some questions that you could start asking people, we can talk about it while we're there, and then we can try some questions out on some people.
Mhm.
Okay. That'll be great, and Caroline, I know is gonna be in Paris.
Yes, I am.
Roasting.
It's gonna be like, yep, like 100 degrees.
So, so anyway, so this will be one of our fluid sort of staff the booth, talk to people. 4th of July parade, little more intense. I sent out the picture last weekend on the proof of concept if I can put the globe on top of a Prius, but the 30-mile-an-hour wind was not helping. So I'm gonna try and arrange for some more impressive tie downs.
Do we have to keep it slightly inflated, uninflated?
Slightly underinflated might help a lot, yes. Because it's and I had nice padding over my wash basin so that it would not puncture itself on those sharp edges.
Is that to simulate the ice melt over Antarctica?
Not particularly, but it seemed like it would work. So I'm gonna see how many, I've talked to Typo about t-shirts, getting them more t-shirts. I'm gonna see how many, of our, bookmark handouts we have left after Saturday before I place an order with Typo, but that'll only take 48 hours, so that'll be first thing Monday morning. To see if we need more of those. Although I am also sort of the, with the Conservation Commission, do we need to be handing people things?
Yeah.
But,
Well, yes, because we're supposed to be informing the education.
yes,
And we have, what's the word? And an audience or.
captive audience at the parade, yes. But we did agree we're handing the bookmarks to the adults this year and not the children. Okay.
And you said you're gonna get one?
I'm going to get more after I see how many we have used up on Saturday. I have not contacted all the people that marched with us last year, but I have a list, so I'm going to email them either when I get home tonight or first thing tomorrow morning and see how many of them are free and still can find their t-shirts. And I know there's more that I should, I actually have not heard back from the person who coordinates the parade, but I didn't hear back from them last year, so I'm going to be emailing them again and going. I'm just a wee bit paranoid. Please let me know that you actually have us in the lineup.
Who's that person?
Name is, his name is also Richard. But I don't remember what his last name is right now. He's with the Madison Exchange. I think that last year we were like, oh, well, we can meet at 9. I think this year we should go for 8:30. At Stop and Shop, and everybody needs to remember to come in the entrance that comes straight down 79, so that we don't get yelled at by the police officers again. For coming in the wrong end of the parking.
Do we have a need for a truck? Is there anything we wanted to put in? Truck to,
And we're gonna have the Prius.
Prius will be in the truck.
The Prius, no, the Prius will be our vehicle. That's what I signed us up for this year. I signed us up for the Prius and up to 20 marchers with banners.
I was wondering if we could, probably, but to do anything that says big, 20 years.
Oh, yeah, it's not too late. We can schedule something for either next Monday or Tuesday to paint something that says 20 years. I was thinking, yes, put it on the front of the Prius or on the two sides.
Yeah, or somewhere where the Conservation Commission
Yes.
banner is.
Yes, this time where I'm at, this year I'm actually going to remember the Conservation Commission banner too. So we're not the anonymous group walking down the street.
What did we have attached to the truck last year besides
Everything is connected 12-foot banners, yes, so I think we're gonna walk one of those. And so we could put 20 years on that as well. Because they are too long for the Prius.
Yeah, well, and I think our members liked carrying it.
Yes.
It's easier to see.
Yes.
It's coming straight on than if
Yeah.
it's on the side of a vehicle that's right
Mhm.
past you.
Right,
Yeah.
so we'll organize it, but hopefully we'll get some interns. Aubrey, are you in town for the 4th or are you out of town again?
I might be most likely at my grandparents' house.
Okay, I know.
I know.
People have traditional. Yes, we're going back to the church people and we'll going with last year's. Caroline, are you back by the 4th?
Yes, I'll be back.
Okay. And Jane, are you around on the 4th?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Well, Caroline, you'll get one of the t-shirts I'm ordering, and if you can march in the parade, that'll be awesome.
Yep. I think I might have to leave like 45 minutes early. I
Okay.
don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I tried to get out of work, but it's like the busiest day at Shanks.
I can imagine. So we'll see if it looks like if we're again at the very end of the parade and it looks like we're not kicking off, we'll just, send you off.
Okay. Okay.
How long is the parade, start to finish?
Well, it starts at
Okay.
10. And I think last year we started moving slightly after 11 and we were off the road by 12. It's a long parade.
That's a long parade.
It's a long parade, yeah. The Memorial Day one is 7.5 minutes and the 4th of July parade can be an hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, we were hoping to get a little bit.
But that's when I email the guy again, I'm gonna say, you did notice that since the theme this year is celebrating milestones. I'm like, we are celebrating 20 years, so if we can get a little farther up in the
Yeah.
lineup, that would be awesome.
Holly Francis knows the man.
Yes, except Holly's in California collecting grandchildren, so, but hopefully she can talk to me earlier. If I'm gonna Try that. So you available?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to bring any of your children or?
They'll be away, but I'll be
Okay,
here.
Who's
Okay.
directing your praise?
I think I am. Unless I can talk Emily into it, but I think I am. So.
Do we need to know Richard and John?
Oh yeah, Richard, John, are you available on the 4th? You had so much fun last year.
Watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm here on the 4th.
Okay, good.
We
Well,
need
do you
your
know about
foot to pump
Sophia?
up
Yeah.
the earth.
Sophia's planning on being here, yes. She'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah, I can help out in the morning, but from 10 to 12, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
okay.
And,
so if you need help prior to that. So.
and Heather,
Mhm.
I might be able to get some people, future Eco Club,
Oh.
like people
Yeah, like-
to
Okay.
help out if you are interested.
Yeah, I love in
Yeah.
particular is if, you know, I feel like I dropped Madison. I did not mean to, but yes.
Part of the,
Club anymore?
yeah,
Oh
so we
dear.
only have 2 members. I know.
Okay. Well, then we'll suck them in and try.
Yeah, I know it's been such a huge problem this year.
Okay,
So we have
okay,
2 juniors.
okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna send out an email and I'll let you know by Monday if we need to recruit any more bodies.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's all we needed, and if you're planning on being there and you're out of town, you're gonna be someplace better.
Better than Madison.
Sand and surf. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do for the, I guess Terry, you and I should probably look at a date where we can do some painting next week. I am free Monday morning. I'm doing the habitat build on Tuesday. And then I am, oh, that. I'm free the 1st and the 2nd.
Okay, we're talking the 29th.
I'm talking the 29th, 30th, 1st and 2nd, because that's next week.
Isn't the parade is on the 2nd, right?
No, the parade is on the 4th.
Oh,
The parade's on the 4th.
Sorry.
I'm free, probably the afternoon of the 2nd, if there's anything that we need at that point.
Okay.
I'll be,
Maybe we should just plan on doing it then, so we can.
It's completely open.
Okay, let's just plan on the 2nd then, because then we can put everything, you know, try it all out on the car and all of that stuff. When you say afternoon, you mean like 1 o'clock or like 3 o'clock?
yeah, no, like probably like 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Let us plan on a get together at 1 o'clock on the 2nd.
And just remember, I think, obviously it happens much later, but I think the fireworks are that night.
Yes, they are. So I recommend watching them from Hammonasset so you don't have to deal with the surf club traffic. That's
I
what
have a friend, well, I got a spot I go where a friend of mine lives, so, but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
should.
the 2nd.
If we take more than 2 hours, I'll be astounded. So.
All right, perfect. So let's plan on if 1 o'clock works for everyone, 1 to 3 works, that'd be great.
Okay, that'll be at my house.
I got
On
fireworks the 2nd.
at 553 Summerhill Road, for those who don't remember. Okay, now on to the real business of the commission. Discussing our land use philosophy statement and our conservation priorities.
do you want to do the NRI first?
Oh, okay, yes, I'll do the NRI update status first because I asked Erin on Monday to give me an update, and she said, and I will say this, Peggy is out of the office until Thursday, so she can't confirm whether or not it can be posted until I have a conversation with her. So, where it's been sitting for the last month. But that is unfortunate. We were hoping to have it out by July 1st. So we will have it, well, that will be the subject of another meeting that I'll be having with you and Erin, hopefully in the very near future. So then we'll move on to our ladies' philosophy. Katie did an awesome job putting together 3 drafts that you all landed on one. And then I proceeded to send her a whole ton of feedback and, you know, like random trains of thought going off places. So we just met and would you like to read us all the next iteration?
So this is the philosophy. It doesn't have like the specifics of bullets. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Conservation Commission is charged with the conservation of the town's natural resources for all residents of Madison, whether plant or animal. Our responsibility is to inventory, review, preserve, and enhance the environmental quality of Madison now and for the future by limiting the impacts of new and existing development and restoring or improving natural resources that have been unwittingly damaged by past generations. It is also the role of the Commission to consider the overall functioning of the entire ecosystem in addition to individual applications and properties.
And that's where we're sitting. As a statement, is that what, when you asked us for a general, is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, it's a wonderful statement.
What was the objective of getting that?
Well, I think it, from my standpoint, it makes sure we're all pulling together. That we all have common sense of what this commission is being asked to do and what its members need to focus on. It's fun to talk about parades, and that's an important part of what we do. That helps get the message out. But then we need to focus on what the electorate expects, what your friends and neighbors expect from town government. And it's, I think I heard preservation and protection. And what I didn't hear was recommend policies do those things, but I think that needs to get in there somewhere.
Yes.
So I think the purpose is to make sure we all have a common understanding of what we're trying to accomplish. This is such a huge area. And when we talk to the voters, to your friends and neighbors, and they say to us, elected officials, preserve character of the town, what do they mean? And I think the selectmen are looking to this body, which is a microcosm of the 18,000 people who live here in town. Call it a focus group. It's what do you think it means when your friends and neighbors say, please preserve the character of this town? And so the selectmen are looking to you to recommend policies which you feel accomplish that. Have I answered your question? Or just buried you in a lot of words.
No, you have. So as you're answering my question, I'm just thinking through our statement. Would it be in our interest to incorporate some of those points in the statement? Madison families mention preserving the character or whatever. I mean, but in such a way that conservation comes into play.
I think that's true. I mean, probably this select group believes in conservation as a virtue in itself. But as an element of town government, we are assembled not just for virtuous purposes, but to actually recommend communal action, communal policies for all 18,000 of us to live by. And so it'd be wonderful to have endless esoteric discussions about the merits of conservation. But this is the choir already.
Right.
So what
That would
our
be-
friends and
yeah.
neighbors need to do with the encouragement of what do they need to do individually and collectively to preserve the character of the town from the standpoint of conserving and preserving our natural wonders.
Right. That's where I was.
And you speak to people about why did they move to Madison? I would say 80% of the time, in one way or another, people indicate it's a connection to natural beauty. And sometimes they use the word beaches.
Yes, I was gonna say,
use the word
sometimes they say
woods.
for the surf club, but that's a natural resource.
I think the best example I can give for those that are relatively new to town is the Rockland Preserve. Rockland Preserve is a town-owned property at this point. It's 650 acres or so, way up north, at the top of the town, 17 miles from the most southeasterly part of town. But when it was put to the voters to acquire the property 30, 40 years ago,
30,
it
yes.
was overwhelmingly approved. When I speak to people today in Madison, and sometimes I'll be a bit mischievous and ask them if they've ever been to Rockland.
I've never even heard of it.
Most people have not. They're not sure where it is. But by golly, they're glad it's there.
Yeah.
And that it's owned by the town.
It's the hidden jewel of Madison.
I love
Be nice.
Rockland.
Yes,
What am I missing? How do I miss it? Is there a sign?
there is a sign, but if you're going up 79 at 50 miles an hour.
No, bicycle, I'm not going 50.
Oh, you're bicycling in.
It's a
Well,
magnificent.
it's actually got a huge mountain biking trail complex. It's actually, people come from all over New England to bike it.
I was raise this from the standpoint of not everybody takes advantage of our facilities which connect us to natural beauty, but most of us want the opportunity to do so if they wish.
Yes.
You know, more recently, the acquisition of the old airport property, which is now Salt Meadow Park, I think also demonstrates this. Probably most people that voted yes to acquire that property, my guess is most people have never been there.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's there seems to make us collectively feel better, feel good.
Right.
I hope I've answered your question.
No, you have. You triggered it off. What are the realtors? What's their sales pitch to outsiders coming to Madison? I'm curious.
I'm sorry.
Realtors.
Yeah.
What's their pitch to people from the outside to come to Madison? Outside of you're coming from New York, you can buy more for less.
I've probably asked this question of 3,000 people in Madison. I often do it when I'm campaigning. I ask folks, why did they choose Madison? Why did you move to Guilford or Clinton or Woodbridge or somewhere else? And their answers generally fit into three buckets. One of them is connection to natural beauty. Another one is schools, the perceived quality of the schools. I think the schools are terrific, but I don't know how anybody can really measure that. And the third is often what I call the authenticity and quaintness of Madison. But it's not a Disney recreation of a New England village, but it's a real live place with a history, and you can feel the history. I think that appeals to a lot of people. Those are the three biggest buckets. Why people chose Madison as opposed to somewhere else. And so when the public told us in our strategic planning process, we had like 1,200 people respond. It was a lot of folks.
Yeah.
They said one of the biggest things they want from town government is to preserve the character of the town. Well, I take that to mean we better keep the schools excellent. And we shouldn't destroy all the old buildings or our connections to history. But I think as far as this group is concerned, we want to maintain a connection to the natural beauty. And it's not just a connection, but the connection to something that's still there, that's still real.
Right.
And so, I'm just trying to think of another example. Board of Selectmen responded recently to the public who got very upset with the clear cutting of trees. And some of the parcels right near here at exit 62 are an example of that. There were a surprising number of people who were outraged at that. And it's not that it was their backyard, and it's not like a hiking trail was destroyed. It's private property. But the fact that the natural beauty of those parcels was utterly destroyed really got them worked up. And we've responded by creating a tree advisory commission to help planning and zoning. Terry's one of us, to help planning and zoning have more guidance and thoughtfulness in the future. When a developer comes in and says, well, I want to build this development, and yeah, I'm going to have to knock down all the trees to make it happen. I'm not sure P&Z should automatically say, well, if you really have to knock them down, I guess that's okay. We think there's a more thoughtful way to analyze it. So I consider the Conservation Commission to be absolutely at the spearhead, at the point of the spear for preserving the natural connection that people want to nature in this town. And so as new projects come up, sidewalk on Green Hill Road, the beginning of planning for a surf club, I would like to see this commission get involved early on, not only in advising other elements of town government about your technical thoughts, but helping the public understand what some of the issues are. I think I'm rattling on too long. I've got to stop.
I think I agree. I think that one of the things that we need to make sure that the residents of Madison understand is not just that it's natural beauty and character, it's the functions of all of these systems are critical for keeping our air clean and our water clean and providing them with, food and all of those other fun things.
I'll make one more point and then I'm going to stop.
That
Those of you who've been down Surf Club lately have noticed that our beach is less and less. There's less and less sand on the beach. There's less and less area for people to enjoy the beach. And some people in town, their first thought was, well, somebody's made a mistake, screwed up, and somehow our beach got away from us. Well, you folks know that the degradation of our beach is not due to the actions or inactions of town government. It's a bit broader than that, and something that probably affects the whole planet. And so I think this commission does have an opportunity to help people see the bigger picture and perhaps how their own actions or the actions of us collectively as a community play some small role in what's going on.
Yeah. One of the things you did not put in this original draft, which I thought I tossed back and forth, and I'll toss it out again, is that one of our charges is to coordinate with other organizations that are interested in conservation and also to provide this information to the public. So I think that we do need to probably spell that out more because that's what we're trying to do. We don't want it to be the only thing we do want to be in on an early planning rather than going, that's really not a good idea when something's already been through engineering.
At the last meeting, I suggested a way this commission can begin to build up its credibility with the public. And that's by becoming identified as a resource for information about how we as individuals should behave in terms of our own properties, and in addition to how we should behave collectively as a town government. And so I think the commission would get more visibility and credibility by being seen as an authoritative source of good information.
So that's under our new business section. we will definitely, be looking at some of these.
And to this end, since you are Board of Selectmen liaison, you're gonna bring us into the fold of these projects and these decisions early, rather than us trying to catch up and find out after the fact that
Yeah.
we could have contributed and maybe it would have helped in the process of the project.
Well, I'll do my best to keep you posted.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't want to, yeah, what I meant was, I guess, because we haven't been consulted in the past.
But Peggy did say to me that I have been added to the list for the capital improvement program.
Here
So
up
I
in the
should
fall.
be notified of everything when all those meetings are.
And then you'll pass it on.
And we'll pass it on and, you know,
So
how, as many of us can we get, as we can sneak into a meeting, we will do that.
Am I allowed to ask questions or am I just an observer?
Sure. We're an advisory group and
Okay.
we're not really good on projects.
I came in late when we were talking about rodenticide. Can you just tell me just quickly what that was?
Rodenticide, it's
What-
rodenticide.
No, I know what
Oh.
it is. What was the subject?
Oh, we were talking about what we're going to do for education at the Strawberry Moon Festival, and we're going to be emphasizing, as Al said at the last meeting, we were talking about ways people can be educated about the impacts they're having, and one of them is the, if it goes on the ground, it goes in the sound, and the other one is the, if you use the little pellets or the bait boxes, you are,
Know where I learned that? Place called Hope,
yes,
killing.
yes.
They are absolutely out there, full force, trying so hard to tell people when you put it out, the hawk, it's the rat, and the rat just ate the rodenticide.
Yes.
So my next curious question was when you were talking about the net in the sound of the children. And one of my biggest thoughts and concerns about that is one of our biggest problems in the ocean is that countries all over are taking nets and running them through the ocean.
But we're
Blowing
doing,
up everything.
yes,
And I'm only saying that because are we teaching these children that that's okay? If we show them that, and even though you catch and release, are we teaching them that it's okay to do that when there's a delicate balance between what we take from the ocean and what gets provided?
How old are these kids?
but we don't, whoever shows
Don't
up,
forget it.
I would
It's not gonna
say,
influence them.
I would say that from the point of view of environmental education, we try to do this sort of thing with a bare minimum of impact. So yes, we bring them up and we do make sure that they are released correctly. And we talk with the kids about how, no, you don't just grab the fish. You know, you've got to be very gentle with it, and we're going to put all these animals back.
You know, when I used to hike the White Mountains, there was a T-shirt, take only pictures, leave only footprints. I'm so concerned that we're showing them that it's carte blanche, that they can do, you know, a lot of things. You might tell them you can't do that, but we're also showing them. So that's just my thought. I'm also unsure about, you know, the whole conservation with the habitat loss and the wildlife. I mean, everyone right now is very aware that there's a bear on the prowl. And I think we're all aware that the bear is probably pretty darn hungry because the habitat loss and there's not a lot of food. We don't know. This bear might meet with dire circumstances if it ends up in the wrong spot. So my concern here is you know, the wealth in this town has climbed exponentially. I moved here in 2000. House was 475 right near Middle Beach. And now it's far in the stratosphere. And anybody seems to be able to do whatever they want. You know, fences, anything. It doesn't seem to matter. I don't know. And I know this is also a zoning thing. But how is this commission coupling with that to make people aware? And almost, this is a delicate balance for it right now. I don't see a lot of birds. I'm in the trails. I'm at Reddick's Preserve. I'm at Salt Meadow. I used to see eagles at Salt Meadow initially. I don't anymore. I'm very aware of something very, very serious going on with wildlife. And it's absolutely staring the hell at it. Because I think we're just saying we're first and you guys have to suffer. I mean, Karen Carpenter said, bless the beasts and children. They have no voice. So that's why I'm here. I'm just so concerned about how all of us can make this town aware that, you know, what they do matters seriously to repercussions of the plan.
You're speaking to the
Welcome.
choir. Yes,
Welcome.
welcome.
So how can I help?
Yes.
Please let me know.
Yeah.
I'm late to the party. I
No,
apologize for that.
no.
I actually, and the parade, I hate to say it, but people really wait for the Shriners with their little cars. I really hope you do get noticed in a way that is impactful to the people watching instead of, just the fun and frivolity of a parade.
Can I get your name?
Lauren,
Lorian?
Laurian,
And can I get your last name?
Cinin.
Say C-I,
Cimino, Cimino.
Lorian.
Well, thank you, welcome, and we agree with you completely. No.
Worked
Yes.
up because, I know I haven't, the new road thing killed me. I
Yes.
looked at that so long when I saw the sign for sale and I thought, is it a done deal? And the post road right near Lover's Lane, holy mackerel, that shouldn't have been touched.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been touched. There was even a barrier and somehow they're working their way around it and taking all that. There's such delicate wildlife in there. People don't understand that a little creek has everything. We all started from water.
Yeah.
It's just, it's concerning.
Which is one of my concerns about the property on Opening Hill, these
Yeah.
16 acres, and
Yeah.
we know wildlife use that.
Yes, and they're surrounded by land trusts, so, yeah. So we're gonna add a sentence about educating and, policy.
Yeah.
Working on policy to our philosophy. And in terms of the second half of that, which was our broad conservation priorities, there's the bulleted list. From the clock, some of the stuff from the AI read through the zoning regs. I said that I thought we should add some more areas. We had waters pretty well covered, vegetation was pretty well covered. I thought that it was really important for us to add an emphasis on what do they call it? Light,
Well,
um,
just light.
so whether it's, I was
Light
like,
there.
rather than calling it light pollution, I was calling it uncontained light. So
Is wildlife and
wildlife and marine life are also on, there's wildlife habitats, soil erosion, stormwater quality, water courses and vegetation were the 5 sections that we had already spelled out and Amy had sent out the draft on. But when we were talking, I said I thought it was really important that we included light. In terms of enforcing actual dark sky requirements that exist, requiring shielding to prevent light from passing property lines, managing light from on commercial and residential and municipal properties, and encouraging lights off at 10 p.m. by ordinance or education. I thought those were 4 points for us to start. And then I also said that we didn't want to miss air and have an overall climate change policy or regulation. Because, as you say, as far as I'm concerned, from the conservation's point of view, a long range plan is not 10 years or 20 years. It's 50 years or 100 years. And that's not something that a municipality tends to want to plan and act. But that's where if we're actually going to be looking at conservation of the quality and character of our resources, that's the timeframe we need to be looking at. So Amy will send out this draft to everybody. And if there's anything else that you think we should be adding,
so that draft will include the broad philosophical statement.
Yeah.
And the bullets.
yes.
Just a note on these bullets. They are,
There I go. They're straight out, but they're great bullets.
they're great bullets, but it's pulled from AI. So we need to go through it with a hyper local lens and specific,
Right.
like what are we actually recommend.
We're talking about
Yes.
locally.
So
But that's just gonna be more of a process.
I just read it from my hyperlocal lens and 20 years of looking at it and said, these are all awesome. So do not worry. This is one situation where I think that John, your question to the AI was specific enough and it had the right information and it came back with some really good, feedback.
Johnny, you still with us?
Yep,
You're there?
I
Okay.
am. I'm here.
All right, so, did anybody see in that list anything else that you might have, other than, like I said, I looked at it and said, no, there needs to be something on lighting. And there needs to be something on, climate.
We'll look at it.
Okay, so let's everybody look at it again.
I'll update it and send it out.
Okay.
Now, do we have a deadline to provide this?
We're meeting with Carol Snow on July 9th. And so I would say, and to get her initial feedback, and I think that we're probably gonna want to send something to, the planning and zoning for their August meeting. So probably by next month, we need to have something, you know.
Do we want this to get filtered or screened through Erin first, or need to?
I'm going to try and schedule a meeting with her as well. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it before or after I talk to Carol. I'm kind of leaning towards after. You want to look at that? Okay. Now we have the update on our summer intern projects. Caroline sent out her draft of the flyer on protecting the dunes to everybody today. Did anybody get a chance to look at it besides me and Amy?
Yeah, my question is, how do we incorporate to get an actual sign?
Well, that's what
I think we were just gonna post it on the fence, right? That was going around the dunes.
We're gonna put it on the fence. I'm also thinking at all the kiosks at all the town beaches.
Yeah, that would be good.
And we're gonna get it printed through Austin Hall because it's the beach and rec properties, and he's very excited about the idea of getting signage. And some education. So I forwarded it to you, Al, and I forwarded it to Aaron, and I forwarded it to Austin.
So what would be, because if you, I'm just going to reference the surf club, you have this path that goes from the parking lot to the beach. Right at the beginning of the path, it tells you everything you can't do. Pretty long list. Okay, it's kind of comical. Is that where the flyer will be?
It'll be there, and then it's literally, we're actually gonna be roping off sections of the dune to prevent people from, to give them a visual that says maybe you shouldn't be here, and then on stakes, that's gonna be, we're gonna put it there too.
See crime scene?
No. But it could also say ticks and poison ivy, beware.
Well, unfortunately, I think most people probably do observe it, but you're always going to have those people who do not. So how do you prevent those individuals? That's what I was thinking. Sign.
Yeah, so it's we're gonna signs and we're gonna do roping. So
Okay.
and then I'm hoping if they've got with enough signs and enough roping that if somebody is going over and being really annoying, like one artist that I saw, that other people will turn to them and say, please get out of there.
Take the roping
So,
with a sign.
So you caught my attention. What's happening with the beach? You're saying there's less beach?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't visited surf club lately,
I have. We were there Sunday.
yeah, especially high tide, it's very noticeable. And our consultants dug up some photographs going back 100 years, showing what the beach used to look like in terms of its the depth, the extent of the beach, and it looks to me like there's only 20% left of what used to be there, and all the climate change issues that are going on right now seem to be the causative factor. And it confronts the townspeople here in Madison with what steps are we willing to take to save the beach or replenish the beach? It's not just a question of trucking sand in. Not that simple. It involves perhaps building dunes and barriers in the water submerged to create
Reduce wave activity, yeah.
and so I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I think I've lived in Madison for 50 years. I think this is one issue which really has everybody's attention. And it's not a partisan issue in any way. We all want to, let's say, restore the beach to what it was. And I haven't heard any climate change deniers popping off lately. I don't know whether you have. It seems like, I don't know.
Not locally.
Message.
Not locally.
So we have a multi-year planning process going on now as to what's the future of Surf Club. Not just the building called Surf Club, but the whole complex. And there'll be a lot of public involvement in this, and I think this Conservation Commission plan on having a very prominent voice when the public comes together to talk about what we're willing to do.
Right. I haven't been hijacked, but I can tell you, just the surrounding towns. Guilford, better square, hands down. If you look at their square versus our square, and you go down to Brantford, you go, our beaches are better. But based on what you're telling me, that could be.
It's disappearing.
It's not going to. If we continue going on the path we're going, that's no longer going to be the case. So I have to believe that's going to be important to people.
Language as to what's going on, but
Yeah, right now, a good 50% of our beach sand is sitting offshore. And hopefully if the weather patterns are good to us this summer, the waves will gradually carry it back on. This is an annual process, and the winter waves are bigger and they're steeper and they drag sand off of the beach. And in the summer, it's also the direction of the wind. And in the summer, it gently, slowly moves back on. But if you put walls in place, if you put groins out into the water to stop the sand from moving from one end to, there's also lateral drift. So every time you make a change in the coastline, you change the way the sand moves on and off and then along the shore. And then when you add sea level rise in and the intensity, increasing the intensity of the storms, there's just less leeway, literally, between what used to be the high tide line and what is currently the high tide line. Well,
So what are we asking of the public though when we're educating them? I mean, that's what
basically we're asking them to understand that this is something that we screwed up 100 years ago and now we're paying the price. And so I said, when I'm talking about we have to do long-term planning, it's like, oh, well, we bought this and they had this lovely wall here. And so we said, let's leave this wall here and then extend and do some armoring. And then you get a good storm. We paid $1 million to create, to fix the wall. And then the storm came in at the wrong angle and it took all the sand out from underneath it. So we just have to, and for this particular situation, what we have to ask the public to understand is that Mother Nature's going to win these battles, and that we can retreat, we can do maintenance things, but unless we can make sea level start going back down again, and cool down the temperature of the planet a little bit, we just have to expect that the things are going to be rough on the shoreline. And so Caroline is also working on some materials to hopefully do some education for that.
But yeah, I mean, if you have idea, I mean, so there's a master plan underway. I don't know if you saw that on the 10th of June. There was a presentation about all of this.
It's available on the website.
There'll be additional public sessions, but it's a good question, like what should we as the Conservation Commission, what is our role? Both in the master planning and community outreach.
So my real point would be I'm pretty confident in saying, again, if you're comparing these various towns that we're all close to, we went out with the beach. Eventually, if we don't have a beach,
Yeah. Because Hammond,
what's the appeal?
Hammond.
I mean, without our beach,
Well, but
it's-
that's
you know, I mean-
that's the whole point of the proposal, right? So there's a proposal that's out there about restoring the beach and adding, I mean, I think Heather mentioned it before. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're basically creating reef balls and putting them into preserves. So that's the whole point, right? Is to restore the beach and beyond that to do other things with the surf club. So, that's out there. It's going to end up ultimately going to a public vote at some point, I imagine. I don't know when, but that is the intent. So yeah, there's the recognition that it's a problem for sure.
So what would be, I think everyone would vote in favor. I couldn't believe people wouldn't vote in favor unless, and then
Until they see the price.
that's the price.
Well, it's going to be very expensive. So they may not. I don't know.
Protection of the beach is not a question. Everybody wants the beach protected. It's the land part and what is going to happen with the building and what else is going to be built on the property. That's where there's a lot of different opinions. You have to look at the whole presentation to
Well, you have to look
understand.
at the,
There's a concept out there. So like when Al said surf club, it's not just beach. It's all of that land.
Right.
And there's a lot of different opinions on what we should do. Preserve the building as it is, fix it, or tear it down and build new, and where do we put it on the property?
I will just say flat out, yeah, we can't preserve, we can't restore, we can't enhance the beach and leave the building where it is. Basically, it's just not working.
So this might
One
be interesting.
brief-
Yes, very brief. First of all, thank you for what you do. I didn't mean to jump down your throat. You need to know this. This is very important what I'm about to tell you. My neighbor gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning on the summer days and goes to the surf club. Guess what he finds? I'm okay. And it's umbrellas, water bottles, huge water bottles, blankets, chairs. And he is so livid because he is the only one there cleaning this beach up. There is no town official doing this. And we all know when that water comes in, guess where all that stuff goes? There goes the umbrellas, there goes the towels, there goes the water bottles. People don't seem to care. Now, I'm not saying that they're all, doing it on purpose. For whatever reason, people are leaving these behind. Maybe they'll think they'll be there tomorrow. But what they don't realize, as you say, the water comes in and it takes it all out. And if he's the only person I know doing this, and maybe there are others, that he gets up every single day and goes down to that beach at 6 a.m, cleans that beach, and no one else is there. So my vote, let the water come in and let them put all their stuff up high away from the sea. Because nobody seems to be following anything that they're considering could be damaging to the water of the sea. And I hate to think that, like the devil's advocate, that human nature just is a careless being. I don't think that. I just really think that people just maybe get sidetracked.
I have to say, people don't think, or they do get sidetracked. When I was there on Saturday, my daughter went down because it looked somebody's shoes were about to get washed away, and she's like, "Mom, it wasn't when she came back. It just wasn't the shoes. Their phone was sitting right there." So she moved everything, 4 feet off the beach.
So I just,
Yes.
yeah. Everyone likes to put their feet in the sand and all that's really good and this is gonna happen. But if we put so much money into just putting sand and people are leaving stuff that ends up in the ocean, are we conserving?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this, I don't know either, so it's just.
That's one of the sub bullets of once it's on the ground, it's in the sand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is.
Not just pesticides, herbicides, plastics, whatever you need.
Yeah.
It'll eventually wash into the water. So
It's so much quicker than others, yes. So Caroline, one thought I did have is, that I love the poster. I'm not sure how can we make one that's slightly simpler that would just go
Yeah,
right?
I
to-
was thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it would just look like a bunch of, yeah, I don't know if I can make it simpler.
So if you make something that'd be like half size lengthwise, so that when it's on, stapled onto a stake,
Oh,
it's
yeah. Yeah.
not gonna.
I'm just doing it on Canva. I can basically do anything on there. So, yeah, I can adjust it.
So yeah, it's something that's like, this is why you don't want to walk up there. That's sort of, what am I talking, 4.25 by 11 instead of 8.5.
Yep.
Perfect.
Got it.
Jane, do you have anything you want to update us on? How's the reading been going? I gave her my entire Dark Sky file.
It's been going good. I started writing up a thing about how uh it's longer, so it's not going to go on the uh Midnight Berry Festival. I forget what it's called. It's not going to go on the Saturday thing because it's too dense information. But I have been working on questions to ask too.
Okay, great. So we'll debrief on Saturday with some of that stuff. That'll work.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's good. Okay, so update on the joint commission meetings or slash meeting with other commissions. I don't know who you've got on the list, but on Saturday at the Community Clam Dig, the Shellfish Commission was like, we want to come. So
It really met 2 weeks ago. There's been no action yet.
okay.
Our first select woman is committed to pulling it together.
Okay. I was just say if I think that I don't know if it was because originally we had talked about just maybe what the ones in the land use office, but I was saying I think that it'd be really important that like the park advisory committees, the Bar Park, Saltmeadow Park, Rockland, if those committees were invited, the Shellfish Commission, because
The committees that deal with natural.
all the committees that deal with natural resources, yeah. I think that would be even more valuable because they were like, we really ought to be working with you people. So that was all I wanted to say about that, other than it, yeah. I'm guessing we're probably aiming for like September. You think?
I'm sorry.
I'm guessing we're aiming for like September, maybe.
Oh, I would hope sooner than that.
Hope for this is
Yeah.
okay. Excellent. Okay. Then
We choosing a date?
no, the Board of Selectmen are calling this meeting.
Okay.
We're just advocating for it. Because it's,
They use the royal we.
yeah, it's literally in the charge of the Conservation Commission that we should be entering and trying to bring groups together. So I'm like, okay. Okay, so the next thing I have on the agenda, because it's sort of under old business, was so you've sort of given us our update that there's only 2 members that did, but I wanted to, on behalf of the Conservation Commission, present you with a little thank you for putting up with us for 4 years. And if you open them, maybe people will sign the inside.
Thank you so much.
I still think that the paper you wrote your freshman year was amazing.
Thank you. So glad you guys.
Congratulations.
And tell everybody where you're going, even though Sophia's not here.
Going to Connecticut College. Thank you. Be excited.
Yeah. So,
Good for you.
Thank you.
so I hope that these will be useful in some of your future endeavors, if only it's for writing classes. No.
I love these. These are perfect. Thank you.
So, right. So you can show them there. So now we get to the new business, because it's already 29. As Al said at our last meeting, he thought if we start providing people with information. So I pulled out 20 years of stuff. But there's a program that I was involved in actively when I was working for Sea Grant. It was called Coast Assist. or Home Assist, and it was guides to protecting water quality, coastal water quality. So South Carolina's was, but they basically covered things like, how do you manage this? So what does your septic system do? How does it manage it? What kind of lawn care chemicals? What do we do with pet waste? And I sent you, 4, of the fact sheets that I wrote when I was still with Sea Grant, for clean waters, before I could find still. So they're out there, and if the idea is that we don't want to reinvent the wheel, I mean, see, here's sound advice, residents guide to reducing water pollution at home. I'm happy to send one version of each of these things, because they all have pretty much the same information, home with anybody that wants to look at one. And then look at the fact sheets, and I think that we can probably put some good information together to get out to the Madison residents.
I'm going to suggest an alternate route to
Okay.
proceed.
I want to put it, I'm thinking the website, yes.
To me, option B might be to take this material to our webmaster, PR.
Just start putting
and
stuff up.
have her kind of organize it into, I don't know, maybe a question and answer format that residents might say, well, how do I start a compost pile?
Mhm.
And then provide the appropriate reference either by referring to another document, or if we can actually build the language into our own document, but create a format that is consumer friendly. Yeah. And my guess is this committee would probably quickly agree on the factual or technical things that are in your documents. I don't really know that. I guess I'll turn that into a question.
Yeah.
Does this committee feel a need to review these documents for technical accuracy?
No, I wasn't thinking technical accuracy. I was just saying, like, literally, these are still here from when I had your mom look at this over maybe 3 years ago. Points that they thought would be important to get across.
Yeah, I think assuming this more or less acceptable to committee members, I would think the next step might be just start trying to organize it for public consumption.
Okay.
What do our property owners want to know, and how do we tease them into looking at these documents? And so I think our webmaster would be a great place to take all your technical information and have her build some kind of
Checklist for each subject.
So we're going to schedule a meeting with Madison.
Yeah.
Various things.
Our webmaster's name is Madison.
Along those lines, that's a real good idea. Prioritizing, because today most people have a 30-second attention span at that. So if you have a document that's too long, they're not reading it. They're just not. Most people don't.
I think this is super. I think we're gonna have to, whatever the metaphor is, like eating, breaking down the elephant.
Yeah.
I think
One bite at a time.
if each member can maybe take a topic and try to break down the information, because it's otherwise these are things we've been talking about for a long time, and we need to just do it. And unfortunately, that means we're gonna have to do the work.
Yeah.
I think the public's gotten, many parts of the public have gotten very comfortable with going to AI. Let's say,
Yeah.
there's mice in my basement. What do I do about it?
Yeah.
But what would like Madison people to know about how to deal with mice in their basement, as opposed to the more general answer, which AI is going to do, which is to buy some product.
Promoting something.
Yeah. And so I think trying to anticipate what are the questions we have as homeowners and property owners, and how can this committee provide its collective wisdom?
Yeah, one of the fact sheets that I didn't find and managed to send out was the 4 seasons of water quality. So it was the You know, in the spring, think about, you know, don't put on phosphorus, think too much phosphorus, don't put on the nitrogen early. You know, do this, that, so this, here's what you do in the summer, here's what you do in the fall, here's what you do in the winter. If we look at, everybody looks at that fact sheet, and we can think about putting together campaigns based around those. Adding in, because it was all about water quality, so if we add in, we can add in a couple other things.
That will simplify it.
Yes.
Because people go and they buy a Scott's product and they don't look what's in it, and they put it on their lawn or in their garden.
Yeah.
Volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or hire.
What would you like our fellow residents to know about volunteer? Anyway,
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yeah, so yeah.
a way to get something generated.
Anyway, so like I said, I grabbed
Well,
a pile, if anybody wants to look at any of them.
Yeah.
That's all water pollution.
It's all water, well, it's water quality, native landscaping, you know, lawn care tip sheet, here you go, see? Yeah, homestead assessment system, so this one involves, yeah, and you know, these are things that they used to do, major, this one includes everything from identifying and getting rid of air pollutant sources, whatever. This was a really big one. But homelessness, this is the actual Connecticut one. It has, well, let's see, let's pull up the chapters. Protecting water quality around your house, stormwater management, drinking well management, septic systems, managing household products, lead in and around the home, yard and garden care, managing gasoline, heating fuel, diesel, and other fuels, indoor air quality, heating and cooling systems, and managing.
Those are great.
But yeah, so.
This is a nice format. However,
Yeah,
number,
it's 20 years old, don't forget.
mow at least 3 inches high, which is good
Uh-huh.
for the grass. But then if you listen to people who are concerned about insects and ticks, tell you to keep it short. Because the ticks, they're
Mow it tall, don't put the rest of the pesticides on, and let the birds take care of your problem.
welcome opossums to your yard.
Yes.
They will eat thousands of ticks, but I like this format. It's very simple. It's easy to see and understand. Kind of a checklist.
It's like what you put together for.
About for Earth Day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, would everyone be comfortable like taking home a topic?
I'll go for rodents,
Yeah.
protecting wildlife.
Okay, so you get the one that has, let's see. Nope, that one doesn't have, but anyway. So if anybody wants, so you're doing rodenticides and pest management. Also pest
You're
management,
not talking about the neighbor.
no. Anybody else got something they wanna, adopt quickly?
Well, one care.
You do lawn care? Oh.
You know, it occurs to me there's a special category of Madison residents who I would call first-time homeowners.
Yes.
And I remember being a first-time homeowner and not having much of a flow about anything.
Totally.
And that may be one of the real target
Yes.
audience.
Thank you.
That's
that?
a lot of first. Have people who will want to say.
Brianne is volunteering here.
Okay, what topic would you like?
What are my choices?
What did I just
Well,
read?
I mean, if Jane's already working on light pollution,
Jane's
that would
okay.
be great if she
Yep.
could.
Does the state of Connecticut publish anything similar to what we're speaking about?
I will have to go back and look. Okay, so this one's got the managing your lawn and lawn care, says there's a pile for you.
So again, we're going to prioritize
Prioritize, yeah.
human beings. Yeah, consumption because people aren't going to read this whole thing. You know
No.
that. So
What would you like your neighbors to know?
What about
What-
like wildlife?
Or plastic, more plastics, reducing your plastic use and or if it goes on the ground, it goes in the sounds. Stormwater runoff is.
You know, there's things I'm suspicious about, and it means I'm pointing a finger. I don't even know if anything really is getting recycled. I look at the guy, he comes in one truck and both things go with it. And everybody says, oh, but they put it on two sides. And I look at the truck and I say,
I actually watched it in progress because I have had that same question, and it's got this little, it's like your throat. It's got this flap that covers one side when they're putting it in the other
and they
side.
pick it out, or how?
Well, then it dumps out, and then when they get to wherever they're doing their trash disposal, one side opens up and it dumps the waste in one area, and the other side dumps into the recycling.
That's what they told you.
Well, I've seen the truck.
Yeah, too.
I got a different answer this week. from
Oh, yeah.
Slayton, 'cause I noticed they were putting everything in one.
Uh-huh.
They said it gets to the processing facility, it goes on a conveyor belt, and there it is separated, and I don't believe them.
How did they know?
I think it goes right into the landfill.
I do not know if it's still functioning, but when Emily was in 5th grade, so we're talking 15 years ago, I went with her class to the solid waste management facility in Hartford and watched the
It's closed.
conveyor belt. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there anymore.
So part of me thinks about what are you doing generally, or even on your own property that is going to affect wildlife? I mean, for instance, does anybody do their lawn anymore in Madison, or do they all get somebody to do it for them? And so that doesn't mean they are aware of lawn care, but what about growth control? That's what skunks eat.
Yep.
You know, and so I guess I'm trying to think of, what can I narrow in here as far as wildlife and what we, as myself, I'm not saying I'm innocent on things, trust me, I'm, I had made choices or I was married, whatever, so.
Yeah, and I think that's fine, right? Like, because it is what are we trying to communicate? We're still answering that, and I think there's going to be overlap. There'll be overlap with wildlife and rodenticides, no doubt, and with lawn care because it's all connected, which is part of the message. So I think it's just, I mean, you showed up here tonight for specific reasons, and it's like, well, how, if you choose to do something about wildlife, it's like what is the message we want to share, and like what are like the 4 or 5
Test your ability to retain habitat.
yeah or
Everything
create
from the
habitat,
birds to the
it's like
Or also, I used to live in Weston. And for some reason I decided to drive back. And the place I lived was a little cottage, and one day I saw the biggest bug I've ever seen in my life right in the yard. And I went back and there was a huge fence. Huge. And I realized, I think we're just disrupting a significant migratory process. So this is
Greenways,
probably.
yes, greenways and wildlife corridors. That's what you want. Course, which I do not think, I did not bring paperwork on today, but I have it, so we'll figure out how to get some to you. But one of the things from the conservation point of view, in terms of philosophy, it's like people just need to think twice before they just do something automatically. It's like, okay, well, yes, I'm throwing that in the trash, or yes, I'm annoyed by the wildlife, so I'm going to put up a fence, or yes, I have grubs, so I'm going to spray something. It's like, think. All we have to do is think twice.
Well, that might be also another way I can help. How do we get I mean, there's nobody here except for me who's a resident.
Yeah.
So how do we get residents to be conscientious? I mean, I don't know, is it a flyer? Is it a town meeting? I honestly don't know. How do you normally get the word out to people when you want them to know something?
I mean, it could be something. When we were talking about the dunes earlier, I was thinking like, oh, should we have Peggy put that in the community update, like a reminder, please don't tramp across the dunes. I mean, it could be something once we have these campaigns, once we have material, like potentially could be something that's part of a weekly update, weekly tip from the Conservation Commission. There is social media. So it's really like
My
we just have to,
weekly letter to the editor.
yeah.
Every 2 weeks we have a different subject going there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's a collective. to get together with like the land trust. Maybe there's a way that the collective can come, like for instance, this isn't all dire. I was at Reddix the other day and I was walking and something made me look into a patch. And what I saw in there surprised the heck out of me. It looked like a bumblebee, but it was black.
Mm.
And I thought, now that's interesting. Bumblebees are brown and gold. Why is this bumblebee that looks like a bumblebee, not a bumblebee, a honeybee? It looked like a honeybee, not a bumblebee. Why does it look black now? And I thought to myself, is it possible that the honeybee knows they're in dire straits and we need them badly, being pollinators. And they figured out a way how to collaborate maybe, or to mate with a bumblebee or something to allow their species to continue.
Or you were lucky enough to spot one of our 400 species of native bees, which we have. How many people know that we have 400 species of native bees in Connecticut?
See, but you do, and that's a beautiful fact that most people don't know. So there's a lot of beautiful things that you all really are aware of that most residents haven't.
Yeah, and that is always part of my problem. I'm sort of like, but I've known that a bit. Like I say, I've been doing this for 30, 40 years. But I have to say, Terry, I saw the most gorgeous fox run through my yard today. The tail on it was like vigorous, so bushy. It's apparently one of the first signs that they get into rodenticides, Al, is that they get mange and their tail gets all ratty. So.
Interesting.
Yes. So if anybody else would like to adopt a topic, we can
do.
I can give you
like,
place.
Scraps and composting.
Okay. Oh, that's even in one of these. I saw it.
Alex, you're an expert on something. I know you are.
Staying quiet.
Let's see. This one's got a section on house waste reduction, scraps, and composting. I have some other stuff on that. But
When was that printed?
I'm gonna go with 25 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it couldn't have been recently.
So we'll got Darcy. I think that was everything I have for this evening. Does anybody have anything they want to throw into the pile? Does it work? Not, you want to meet me at my house at like 11:45 on Saturday? Just load the car and head down. Over to plan.
You said 50 years.
Apart.
50 years have been mess.
Okay, before we start out, I need a motion to adjourn so we can get out of here by 9 o'clock. Which is moving. I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
8:59, yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Here's the term. So, putting for everyone to follow. Probably with the standard.
Reef balls.
Just what's
Balls. Yes.
What's in it?
Oh, well, there was one where
Oh,
they said reef and then they said one stone.
What's in there? That is a sign. What's informed? So you got it. So
You like me?
always.
Yeah.
We can also.
For this show, everybody. Okay, so this is what I got from
That's your values.
operate. So, she did all our forestry stuff.
I heard on the radio today
Yeah.
that Elon Musk gives less than 1% to charity.
I'm surprised it gives that much.
No, I'm not. But when we want to appeal to people's higher self, I think there's a lot of people that will, but
He's
then
conserving
get
his
people
wealth.
way out
Yeah.
there.
When those people, he's
He's polluting space.
it's on the same. There's other people.
He blows one of his rockets, test rockets blows up. I'm